Hey guys, welcome to Mom Talk. Sorry about that. Today I wanted to talk about my birthing experience. Let's start at the beginning of what I wanted. I want it to be completely natural. No painkillers, no cesarean, no epidural. I didn't want anything. I wanted to feel every pain of delivery. I just want to embrace being a woman and being able to give birth naturally. And of course, when it comes to pregnancies, everything is so unpredictable, you really cannot have a plan. So I'll start, oh, look at this piece of hair. I'll start at the beginning. So I went to my last doctor's appointment, and my doctor told me that my measurements were really small, and if I didn't feel my baby, that I should hurry and just go to the hospital so they can check me out. So when she told me this, I'm like, what do you mean my measurements are small? And what if I don't feel my baby? Does that mean my baby's dead in there? Like, I was freaking out. It was really stressing me out. And I'm like, you know what? I really need to go to the hospital and just make sure everything is okay. So the next day, I went to the hospital and my blood pressure was a little high, which of course it would be since I was stressing over what my doctor had previously told me. So they were like, you know what, we have to keep you up overnight for observations. And I'm like, okay, this must be bad. And when they told me that, I'm like, okay, I just got a little bit more stressed. My blood pressure went up even more because I'm like, what? Like, is it that bad that they have to keep me overnight? So they kept me overnight. And then the next day, that's when they were like, you know what, your blood pressure is too high. We're going to have to induce you. So they start me on the epidural, not the epidural, the Pitocin. And well, I was contracting, I was dilating, and then out of nowhere, I stopped dilating. At about 3 centimeters, I stopped dilating. So they were like, oh my goodness, we're gonna have to do something. They did push, got something. I don't really remember the name, but it was something. They just shoved it all up inside of me to see if it would help me start contracting again. And well, that didn't work. And like I said, it was really just stressing me out. So I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And I'm like, where's my doctor? Can I talk to my doctor, see what's going on? And the nurses are like, no, we're not going to talk, call your doctor to come in until it's time to deliver. So I'm like, okay, so I have to deal with this. And well, next thing you know, they were like, you know what, your blood pressure is skyrocketing, and now it's affecting your baby. Your baby's heart rate is decreasing, and they're like, you know what, now we're gonna have to perform an emergency cesarean. And I'm like, oh, like this is my worst nightmare. Like, let me just tell you, my birthing experience was the absolute worst experience of my life thus far. It was terrible. So they start prepping me for the cesarean. They gave me my epidural, and well, since it was all going so badly, I got the epidural, and they're wheeling me in to get the procedure done. And I'm like, my legs are over here doing this, my toes, I'm moving them, and I'm like, is this normal? Like, I don't think this epidural should have my feet moving like this. So they have to up the dosage on the epidural. And well, they wheel me into the surgery room, and my doctor's about to cut. And I'm like, wait. Where's my husband? Like, you guys told him to go into the waiting room and wait until you guys call him in, and you guys just totally forgot about him. So then they go and get him. They come back, they're cutting. And well, let's just say it was terrible. I was so high off of all these drugs. I didn't really get to experience the euphoria of hearing my son cry for the first time, or just seeing him, for the first time, holding him, kissing him. I didn't get to feel that just moment of awe, so to speak. So it was so bad. Like, next thing I know, I'm back into the delivery room. I'm breastfeeding my son, And after that, I really don't remember anything. I even breastfeeding him was a blur. Like all I remember is that he latched on like it was nothing. Like he's been doing it for months. And that's really all I remember until I was in my recovery room and a nurse came in and she's like, you really need to relax. Like your blood pressure is still high. You need to just be calm. And then I break out crying like, how am I supposed to be calm? Like you guys took my baby. I haven't seen my baby. Where's my baby? How am I supposed to calm down? I don't even know where my baby is. Bring my baby to me now. Like crying. So the nurse, of course, is like, okay, calm down. I'm gonna try to bring your baby. I'm like, no, don't try. Bring my baby to me right now. Like, I'm breastfeeding. My baby shouldn't even be away from me so long. So then she goes and get my baby, bring him back to me, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I stopped crying. I'm like, okay, now I can relax because I know he's fine. He's here with me. I know what's going on. So then I'm like, it was bad because then I'm like, they tell you while you're pregnant, don't take any type of, medications and this and that. And then they turn around and it's time to give birth and they're trying to throw all these drugs to you. And I'm like, how is this helping my baby? I can't take Tylenol, but you guys can give me whatever is in this epidural, like how, and then I'm breastfeeding. All of this is going to him. And then they gave me Vicodin for my recovery of my cesarean. And I'm like, you know what? This is a hot mess. And to be honest, I wish I had educated myself more because like I definitely wouldn't have went that route. And I feel like if I was more educated on the whole pregnancy and all that stuff, I wouldn't have went into the hospital. I would have just tried to stay home, take a bath, eat, relax to the nine, and I most likely wouldn't have had to have a cesarean. Like I felt like I was pretty much talked into it. So, what was I gonna say? Then, um, I'm lost. Oh, that's what I'm gonna say. Next time around, I feel like I would definitely opt for a midwife and have a home birth because it's more natural. It's pretty much more like you're in control versus a doctor telling you should do this, you should do that. Like, this is good for your baby. How is this good for my baby when how many years ago none of this stuff even exists and people were having babies perfectly fine and now all of a sudden this is what's best for my baby. So, yeah, I would definitely just move away from the hospital stuff and just look into getting a midwife if there's a next time that is, and just doing a home delivery and having things, having my body work it out versus them giving me all these medications to work it out. So yeah, there's also this documentary I watched called The Business of Being Born, and it kind of touched bases with my own birthing experience, and I will do a video on that as well, so you guys can see how it relates and pretty much where I got some of my not ideas, but well, how it just taught me some stuff too that I didn't know, and it's very interesting. So I will make a video about that. Keep an eye out for that. It's really good. And as usual, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys later. Bye.